Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Babalian Money Show. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that affects every single one of us, the wealth gap. You hear about it on the news, you see it in headlines, but what does it really mean for you, for your family, and for our future? Stick around because the reality is more complex and shocking than you might think. First, let's get a handle on what we're talking about. The wealth gap isn't just about income. It's not simply that some people make more money per year than others. It's about wealth, which is the total value of everything someone owns minus their debts. This includes their savings, investments, real estate, and more. When we talk about the wealth gap, we're talking about the massive disparity in this total net worth between the richest and the poorest in our society. And let me tell you, that gap has been growing into a chasm. To put it in perspective, imagine a single pie. For decades, the slices have been getting more and more uneven. A tiny fraction of the population now holds a massive portion of that pie, while the majority of people are left sharing the crumbs. Recent studies show that the top 1% of households hold more wealth than the entire middle class combined. Think about that for a second. It's not just a small difference. It's a fundamental imbalance in the economic structure. So, how did we get here? It's not one single cause, but a perfect storm of factors. We've seen changes in tax policies that often favor the wealthy, a decline in the power of labor unions, which once helped secure better wages for workers, and the stagnation of wages for the average person, while the cost of living, housing, education, healthcare has skyrocketed. At the same time, returns on investments like stocks and real estate, which are predominantly owned by the wealthy, have soared. It's a system where money makes money, creating a cycle that's incredibly difficult for the average person to break into. Let's look at a concrete example: housing. For many, owning a home is the cornerstone of building wealth. But with housing prices climbing much faster than wages, homeownership is becoming an impossible dream for millions. Young people today are often saddled with student debt, making it even harder to save for a down payment. Meanwhile, those who already own property have seen their net worth explode. This isn't about blaming individuals. It's about recognizing the systemic hurdles that are in place. Another huge piece of the puzzle is the stock market. Over the past few decades, the market has been a powerful engine for wealth creation. But who benefits the most? The wealthiest 10% of Americans own nearly 90% of all stocks. So when the market does well, it disproportionately benefits those who are already rich, further widening the gap. The average person might have a small 401k, but it pales in comparison to the vast portfolios of the super rich. This isn't just an economic issue. It has profound social consequences. A wide wealth gap can lead to social unrest, decrease opportunities for social mobility, meaning your starting point in life has a much bigger impact on where you end up, and even poorer health outcomes for those at the bottom. When people feel the system is rigged against them, it erodes trust in our institutions and our sense of community. It creates a society of haves and have-nots, where the opportunities available to you are determined by the wealth you were born into, not your talent or hard work. So, what can be done? This is where the conversation gets really interesting. There are no easy answers, but many economists and policymakers are exploring solutions. Some propose changes to the tax code, like implementing a wealth tax or increasing taxes on capital gains. Others focus on strengthening the social safety net, increasing the minimum wage to a living wage, and making education and healthcare more affordable. Investing in education, especially in underserved communities, is another critical step to level the playing field and give everyone a fair shot at success. Another powerful idea is promoting broader ownership. Think about policies that encourage employee stock ownership plans, or baby bonds, where the government creates a trust fund for every child at birth, which they can access as an adult for education, a home purchase, or starting a business. These are innovative ideas aimed at giving more people a stake in the economy and a chance to build their own wealth from the ground up. Now, it's easy to feel powerless in the face of such a massive problem, but understanding it is the first step. By being informed, we can participate in the conversation, support policies we believe in, and make financial decisions that build a more secure future for ourselves and our families, even within the current system. It is about advocating for change on a macro level while taking control of what you can on a micro level. Learning about personal finance, investing even small amounts consistently, and planning for the long term are more important than ever. Before we wrap up, a quick but important disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for educational and informational purposes only. The ideas discussed here are broad economic concepts, and you should always do your own research and consult with a qualified professional before making any financial decisions. Your financial situation is unique, and it deserves personalized advice. The wealth gap is one of the defining challenges of our time. It's complex, it's daunting, but it's not unsolvable. It requires bold thinking, collective action, and a commitment to creating a fairer, more prosperous society for everyone. What are your thoughts on this? Do you see the wealth gap affecting your community? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. Thank you so much for joining me on the Babalian Money Show today. If you found this video insightful and want to learn more about the economic forces shaping our world, please do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive. Your support means the world and helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.